Yo, what's up, my YouTube peeps? I have a battle here against Fulham, who is a guy who is certainly a thing about, he does some stuff. And as you can see, we're playing a standard match. He's bringing a team of all OUs, and I'm bringing Dustbuster. Not going to lead with him, though, because I kind of have an inkling of what he's going to lead with. So I decided to lead with a Weavile, kind of counter it, and he ends up leading with Ferrothorn, which is obviously not the thing that I expected, so I'm just going to go ahead and switch out. I'm going to go ahead and not stay in to die. So I go into my Fortress, which is kind of the Pokemon I brought to set up my stuff, and he's going to go for the T-Wave. It's not really going to bother Fortress any, unless he gets some Parahaxes here. Interesting note about Gen 7, we're confirmed that Paralysis is getting a nerf. Basically, Paralysis will only, well, first of all, T-Wave will only have a 90% chance to hit, and Paralysis will only half your speed, not, make it 1/4, so that's pretty neat. Anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and set up some stuff as he goes into Rotom, and he's going to hit me, and then I'm going to run away. I'm going to go into my Dragonite to take the Hydro Pump, and yeah, he does go for it, so that's pretty okay. And it's not very effective, though. I'm going to try to go for the D-Dance, hoping this thing doesn't have... Well, I mean, if he does have Will-O-Wisp, I do have the Lumberry, so I feel okay about just going for that. And, yeah, he does go for the Volt Switch and instead of the Will-O-Wisp, so that makes me kind of sad because I wanted to set up another one against it or something. Or no, just to attack on the Switch. That's what I wanted to do. Anyway, in comes Landorus, and Landorus is a Scarfer, so that's going to outspeed and kill my Dragonite, which is not cool. And Fulham actually hits with Stone Edge, something that he's definitely not allowed to do. Anyway, in comes Dusclops, which is a pretty defensive Pokemon with Eviolite. And he goes back into Ferrothorn against me, which I guess I can understand his logic, as I just go for the Will-O-Wisp. And getting the burn on the Ferrothorn isn't so bad. The residual damage is never a bad thing to get against bulky Pokemon. But now I am going to go ahead and switch out. And I am going to switch out into my Fortress again. He's going to go ahead and set up his Stealth Rocks, which is a thing that he can do, but I do have a Rapid Spin, obviously, on my Fortress, so I do not really feel that threatened by it. I can always get rid of it, as he's going to go ahead and switch out. Goes out into his Rotom Wash again, which, it's a pretty decent play. It's not going to be blocking my Rapid Spin, though, being that it's not a Ghost type in this generation. Rotom Wash hasn't been a Ghost type since Gen 4, when, the alternate forms were introduced, and they did not have their secondary types equal to their exclusive move. But now they do, so that's the thing. And he's finally going to miss with a Hydro Pump, so there you go. And he was, of course, complaining about it. Oh, lucky that, lucky this. Fulham, you hit with 2 Hydro Pumps in this battle and a Stone Edge, so you were due for one, my friend. You were due. Either way, I'm just going to go ahead and switch out, and I go out into my Dusclops again. And, yeah, he's just gonna go for another Hydro Pump, which I should be able to take on my Dusclops okay. And as you can see, I do take that, so that makes me happy. And I believe I'm just going to go for a Nightshade to get some damage. He goes for a Volt Switch. I believe he tries to go back into his Ferrothorn. He wants to set up Stealth Rocks again against me now that I've Rapid Spin them away. So that's what he's going to do, but I'm hoping that with the residual damage granted to me by the burn, I can actually KO with 2 Nightshades here. At least that's what I'm hoping. And there's the first Nightshade. And as you can see, 50 damage does do quite a bit. And I'm going to go for it again, hoping to KO it. And I do, in fact, go first. And I'm going to be able to take the thing out. So I don't have to worry about Stealth Rocks for the rest of the battle now, hopefully. And that's pretty crucial. Anyway, he goes into Latios here. And I'm just going to go out into my Fairy thing to take the predicted Dragon move. He said that he misclicked and selected Dragon... Draco Meteor. But that would have been a really good move had I, gone into anything else other than Gardevoir. But I did go into Gardevoir, so that's a thing. He goes for the Defog, which is apparently what he wanted to do this turn. And what it is going to let me do is set up a free Calm Mind. So if that was indeed a misclick, that was definitely bad for him. Because now he's basically lost a turn against me. He was actually probably better off not defogging me there and just switching out into a counter. Because now I get a Calm Mind, and I can hit really hard now on the switch. So I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Hyper Voice. As he goes out into Rotom Wash, that is definitely a thing that is going to get 2-hit KO'd by me, because it's not faster. and I can just go ahead and 2-hit KO with Hyper Voice. Anyway, he's going to be able to get into Lando now, which is obviously we've already know is a Scarfer, and I don't want to stay in against it because I don't really feel comfortable about how much damage this thing is capable of doing with Earthquake. So I am going to go ahead and switch out, and I go out into my Dusclops again because, like I said, I am pretty bulky. I'm not 100% sure if I can take 2 Earthquakes, but I figure it's best shot, and as you can see, I'm definitely not going to survive 2 Earthquakes. In fact, I was kind of sad by how much damage that did. Oh well, I really can't underestimate Landorus. It's super good. I go for a Protect pointlessly, I don't even know why, and now I'm just going to die. Because I did need to sack something, but now I can go into Weavile here. I'm not intimidated, so I'm pretty sure I can just come in and one-hit KO this thing with Ice Shard. And there we go. That is one dead Landy. He keeps it in, and it is dead. So that's pretty nice. Weavile's a really good finisher Pokemon, if you guys didn't know. He goes into his own Gardevoir. We both brought Mega Gardevoir. And I know something he doesn't know. I actually carry Poison Jab on my Weavile, which actually is kind of a rare move. Well, I mean, some Weaviles run Poison Jab, but a lot of people don't expect it, and clearly Fulham doesn't here. And as you can see, just the power of Weavile just dominating right now, taking out his Mega Gardevoir, which is huge. And now he goes out into his own Weavile. He also brought one. And his appears to be a Swords Dance version, so that's kind of neat. I do have low kick on this thing, I think, but I decided to go for the Poison Gem because I don't think Weavile is very heavy. It does a little less, actually, than I thought it would. But I did poison him, so that's not too shabby. And that'll definitely limit the amount of turns he can actually stay in, and I'm just going to go for an Ice Shard now. Not expecting to kill him, but I end up getting a crit, so that's going to actually take him out. I just wanted to get enough damage on him that he died to the poison next turn, which I probably would have gotten without the crit, but I would have lost Weavile in the process. Either way, he's going to go back into Latios now. I'm actually going to go out into Dustbuster just to get it out. I wanted to go into Dustbuster so he could wrap it up. I'm like, come on, Dustbuster needs to come in and do something, and I was hoping for either a Draco miss or just him doing something else, but yeah, it didn't happen. Dustbuster, you tried. You're cute, and you deserve to come out in a battle and stretch your legs. And at least there's that. I'm just going to go into Weavile now and just win with a knockoff. So, yeah, good game there, Fulham, and stay full of ham, my friend. Stay full of ham. Anyway, today's question of the day is, how do you feel about the nerfs? I went over the T-Wave nerf earlier in the battle, but basically T-Wave is now only 90%, and more than that, it's the amount of speed that it gets rid of is cut in half basically. So now the Pokemon that's paralyzed only has half speed, which means Pokemon that set up speed, like say Dragon Dancers, can still maintain an average level of speed with enough Dragon Dancers. Actually, just 2 of them. So that's a decent change. And the other nerf that we found out is Confusion. Apparently has been nerfed that you can now hit through Confusion 2/3 of the time. I actually really like this change. Confusion is always one of the most luck-based things, in my opinion, and this will probably allow Swagger to come back away from being banned, so that's kind of neat too. But I think it'll lower the viability. I don't think people will use Confusion moves anymore. T-Wave will still be very strong, though. It's a very minor nerf, in my opinion. I'm actually suspecting it to be 100% when used by electric types, kind of like how Toxic is 100% when used by poison types. That'll probably be probable. Anyway, leave a comment about that, and see you guys again next time. Later.